Hello friends, welcome to the 10-minute miracle series part number 8, and today we are going to discuss our unit number 41 of I and IFS, which is based on mutual fund and their function. So friends, just give your 10 minutes valuable time and you will be able to revise the entire content of unit 41 in just 10 minutes, because I am focusing on the most important topic from where questions are frequently asked. I will make you each and every concept clear, so finally you will be confident enough to solve any kind of MCQs based on this particular unit. So let's begin with. So we will break down what mutual fund are and how they work in a way that is easy to understand. Mutual fund, you can imagine mutual fund like a big pot, right? So where people put their money together, this money is then used to invest in stocks, right? And stocks and bonds and other thing to help everyone makes a profit, right? So these funds are managed by some professionals, right? And in India they are closely watched by SEBI. SEBI means Security and Exchange Board of India, which is a government body that protect investor. It comes in different types. If you talk about the types, so you can see it comes in equity fund, right? And you can see these are the stakeholder, sponsor, trustee, AMC and custodian. So what each person do, we will discuss in the next slide. And this mutual fund comes in different types, like equity fund. It may comes in debt fund, it may comes in hybrid fund. So equity, debt, hybrid, these are three important parts. Now the profit you make from mutual fund depend on how much you have invested. Now these funds are set up as trust. So these funds are set up as trust. In the form of trust, these funds are set up. And there are different key players like AMC. So the AMC or asset management company handles the investment. Then comes custodian. So this custodian keeps the security safe, that safeguards security. And then comes trustee. You can see written trustee. So this trustee makes sure everything run smoothly for the investor, right? So this is how this is all about the three stakeholder. Again I am repeating, AMC handles the investment, custodian keeps the security safe, and trustee makes sure everything runs smoothly for the investor. Now if you talk about the evolution of mutual fund, so mutual fund started in India back in 1963, and but since then they have gone through 4 major changes. Today SEBI makes sure mutual fund are well regulated and with rule in place to protect us as investor, right? So finally, if you want to know how well your mutual fund is doing, you can check its NAV. NAV means net asset value. This tells you the current market value of the investment minus expense. That is called market value of expenses minus expense divided by total number of units in the fund, right? So you can see SEBI is 2/3 of the trustee board and 50% AM director must be in. So as per SEBI, trustee board 2/3% and AMC director 50% must be independent, and AMC manages fund, custodian holds security, trustee hold property for unit holder benefit, and performance is measured by NAV, net asset value. SEBI 1993 MF regulation replaced by 1996 comprehensive regulation. Okay, so now 1963 the first UTI was formed. Mutual fund industry begins in India. 4 phases you can see. Already I have told you. First phase UTI, phase 2 PSU bank, LIC, GIC, phase 3 private sector bank, SEBI MF regulation, and phase 4 UTI bifurcation. And SEBI classified the mutual fund into 5 categories: equity, debt, hybrid, solution oriented, other scheme. Now let's talk about equity scheme first. So equity scheme are funds that are mostly invested in stocks, right? Here is a quick breakdown of some of the most common types. One is called multi-cap fund, right? Other is called large cap fund, another is called large and multi-cap fund. So so you can see we will further break it down. So multi-cap fund puts money into large, medium and small company. Large cap fund, right? So these are the various type of fund. Now if you talk about you can see contra fund. So in the case of equity scheme, small cap fund means 65% is invested in the smaller and faster growing company. Dividend yield fund means look for a stock that pay regular dividend, like 65% is the dividend yield stock. Value fund means focuses on finding a stock that are undervalued. 65% in equity, follow value investment strategy. And you can see these 6 type. Already I have told you multi cap fund. What does it mean? Multi cap fund means puts money into large, medium and small cap. Large cap fund means focuses mainly on big well established company. Large and mid cap fund means mixes investment in big and small size company, medium size company. And mid cap funds means focuses on medium size business, right? Already I've told you these are the equity scheme, a small cap fund, dividend yield fund, value fund. Then after comes in the next slide, let's discuss contra fund. What does contra fund means? So contra fund means invest in stocks that are not popular right now but have the potential. Now focused fund, invest in limited number of stock, not more than 30. Sectoral or thematic fund focuses on only one industry or one theme. ELSS, equity linked saving scheme, it offers tax benefits but comes with 3-year lock-in period. Now let's move to the debt scheme. Debt scheme are safer because they mainly invest in bond and fixed income securities. Here is how they work. First comes overnight fund. Overnight funds means money is invested for just one day. Liquid fund. Liquid fund means investment lasts up to 91 days. Ultra short duration fund. Investment range from 3 to 6 months. Low duration fund. Invest for 6 to 12 months. Then money market fund, matures within a year. Short duration fund, investment between 1 to 3 years. Then comes debt scheme. So debt scheme further continued. Medium duration fund. So medium duration fund typically invest for 3 to 4 years. Medium to long duration fund typically invest from 4 to 7 years. Long duration fund, macro duration greater than 6-7 years. And if we talk about the dynamic fund, so dynamic fund moves across different investment duration based on market condition. And corporate bond fund puts 80% of its money in top rated corporate bond. So whether you prefer the high risk and potential reward of equity fund or the safety of debt fund, there is a mutual fund for everyone. Now let's discuss the next type of fund of debt fund, the credit risk fund. Invest mostly in the corporate bond and so they invest mostly in corporate bond that are not the highest rated but offer higher return. Then coming banking and PSU fund, so focuses on bonds from market, banks, public sector companies and government bodies. So it focuses on bonds from bank, PSUs and government body. Gilt fund, so primarily invest in government securities, right, making it a safer option. Gilt fund 10-year duration, so focuses specifically on 10-year government security. Then comes floater fund. Floater fund invest mostly in bond with floating interest rate which can adjust over time. If we talk about other type of fund, then comes equity saving. Equity saving, a mix of stock, so at least 65% stock you can see, and then debt is minimum 10%, bond at least 10%, with detail on hedging in offer document, right? So hedging or unhedged it is mentioned in the offer document. Then comes so this is equity saving scheme. Equity saving, it is open-ended scheme. Then comes index fund or ETF. So these fund track an index, like there is a NSE, BSE, these are indexes. So investing 95% or more in security from that index, and it provide diversification with lower risk. Then comes fund of fund, that is called FOF. So FOF these are fund invest in other mutual fund, so giving you a diversified portfolio without having to pick individual fund. Then comes retirement fund. Retirement fund are long-term investment with 5-year lock-in until retirement or until retirement. Then comes children fund. These are long-term investment for your child future with 5-year lock-in or until they reach adulthood. So these are the different types of fund. Then comes types of fund structure. The one is called open-ended fund. You can buy and sell anytime with no fixed maturity, right, at the fund daily price. That is called open-ended fund. Closed-ended fund, no maturity date of open-ended fund until bought sold at daily NAV. Then comes closed mutual fund, closed-ended fund. So these have a fixed maturity date and are available for purchase during a specific period. Then comes interval fund. Interval fund means you can buy and sell during a specific time only with minimum gap of 15 days between transaction. If we talk about the investment styles, then comes active fund, managed by professionals who actively choose where to invest, but this comes with higher fee. Then comes passive fund. Passive fund just follow an index, so they have lower fee and they try to match the market return. Then comes growth scheme. So reinvest earning to grow your investment over time, ideal for long-term goal. Dividend scheme. So this pay you regular income. They pay you regular income for those looking for periodical payout. So whether you are looking for safety, growth or regular income, right, there is a mutual fund for you. Now let's talk about the role of the mutual fund. So mutual fund help you diversify your investment and are managed by professional. You can start investing with as little as rupees 500, and some fund even offer tax benefit. Now if we talk about mutual fund supervision, so SEBI ensure that Security Exchange Board of India, it ensures that mutual fund follow the rules and safeguard investor interest. Then comes AMFI. AMFI promote best practices in the mutual fund. Now let's discuss. SEBI regulation was started in 1993 and it was revised, updated in 1996 and continue to evolve. Now let's talk about the risk. So an important risk like market environment risk. So this happen when the market is affected by things like inflation, natural disaster or political changes. Diversifying your investment does not always help with this type of risk. Then come concentration risk. If you focus all your investment in just one sector or one fund, it can lead to big gain or big loss. Diversification can help reduce that loss. Then comes interest rate risk. This affect debt fund. When market interest rate change, bond price can go up and low. Liquidity risk. So some fund, especially tax saving one, have lock-in period of 3 to 5 years, meaning you can't touch your money during that time. Then comes credit risk. So credit risk means even though credit rating is a guide, but there is still chance that the issuer of the bond could default on the payment. Then there is something called riskometer. SEBI introduced the riskometer in 2015 to indicate mutual fund level, risk level of a mutual fund. There are six risk level. Initially it was 5, now it is 6. So it is let me tell you what are the risk level in the next slide. The first is low, moderately low, moderately high, very high. So low risk means safer investment and but lower return. Medium risk means some risk but better return. High risk means high risk with potential for higher reward. Lastly, let's talk about how returns are calculated. So absolute return, so it means simple percentage change not considering the time. Then there is something called annualized return method. So this is used for return over a year and considered CAGR. You can see the CAGR formula, current value upon beginning value to the power 1 upon year minus 1. Now, so with mutual fund you get professional management, tax benefit, and also with the chance to grow your money, but always be aware of the risk, right? Now let's discuss the net asset value. So net asset value, already I have told you that it shows the value of a mutual fund asset and it is updated by 9 p.m. For certain mutual fund like fund of fund, already I have told you the fund of fund which invest in different types of mutual fund. So this fund of fund, this can be extended until 10 a.m. next day. So the NAV is published in 2 newspapers and on website like AMFI, right? It is published in two newspaper and on website like AMFI, and it is rounded to 4 decimal place for debt and liquid fund and 2 decimal place for index and for equity and balance fund, right? Now if we talk about the expense ratio, this is the percentage of the fund asset that goes toward operating expense each year, right? For example, if the expense ratio is 1%, it means that 1% of the total asset is used for managing that fund. So 1% of the asset is used for managing that fund, right? You can find this info in the offer document. Now if we talk about load versus no load fund, so it means load fund charges a fee when you enter or exit for the fund, and no load fund means no entry or exit charge, making them a cheaper option for investor. Let's talk about investment strategies in the mutual fund. So first thing is SIP. SIP means systematic investment plan. You invest a small amount regularly, even as little as rupees 500, and this method takes advantage of compounding and rupee cost averaging, helping you save in a disciplined way. You can save up to up to SIP, invest fortnightly, if monthly, quarterly. Then next come STP. STP means systematic transfer plan. So this method allow you to transfer money from one mutual fund to another at regular interval. It is great for gradually moving money from safer fund like liquid fund into higher risk equity fund, right? So that is called systematic transfer plan. And there is something called SWP, that is systematic withdrawal plan. This is the opposite of SIP. You withdraw a small amount regularly, making it a perfect strategy for retiree who need a steady income. You can set up withdrawal weekly, monthly or quarterly. So this short script captured the key points and make them easy to understand. Now let's discuss sorry friends, role of mutual fund again. So mutual fund are important financial intermediary in India, but they work differently from bank. They rely on intermediaries, distributors to connect with investor. SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India, India's market regulator. require all distributor to have NISM certificate and AMFI registration number, that is called ARN. ARN means AMFI registration number for distributor. Even bank employee who sell mutual fund need this certification along with unique EUIN. What is this EUIN? This is called employee unique identification number. Now if we talk about the bank involvement, bank play a huge role in promoting mutual fund through their branches, and they earn commission from mutual fund product. This create a sort of financial supermarket where bank offer both their own product and mutual fund to the customer. Then comes how mutual fund work. See, mutual fund gathers money from investor and invest in various productive assets. They are ideal for people who might not have the expertise or time to invest directly in the stock market. Mutual fund are set up as trust with a sponsor trustee asset management company. Already I have told you that they set up a trust with a sponsor trustee AMC and custodian, and to safeguard the investment. SEBI regulate this fund and measure their risk using the tool called Riskometer. If we talk about AIF, that is alternative investment fund. So AIF are privately pooled investment vehicle that don't follow the same SEBI rules as mutual fund. However, things like family trust, employee benefit trust are not considered AIFI. Now, way this could improve. So family trust, ESOP trust, employee welfare trust, and not AFI. Remember it. So friends, this was all about this particular unit. If you want PDF of this particular unit, you can enroll in our INIFS capsule course. The detail regarding capsule course is available by WhatsApping me on this number, and on the description section also you can check, and either by clicking at this particular link you can check, right, our INFS capsule course. If you really find this video useful, please hit the like button, share this particular video with your colleague. Thank you.